What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. Today it's another in-person video. We're going to be going over how to set up a ball python enclosure. I'm actually upgrading a ball python of mine from a 20 gallon into this 40 gallon. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so before we start setting up the cage, I just want to go over really quickly the size of cages for these guys. Obviously, I'm going to be putting him in this glass aquarium. Sometimes people put them in tubs. They have rack systems. For an adult ball python, you want at least about a 36 quart tub, generally a little bit bigger, but you could go as low as 36 quarts. This is a 40 gallon tank, so this is pretty big. You don't want to go too big. Luckily, ball pythons don't need a whole bunch. You definitely can set them up with a really cool setup, which we're going to do a decent setup here today, but you can go minimalistic with these guys or you can go all out. But yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff you can do for these guys. Today though, going with the glass aquarium. Another really quick thing I want to go over before we set this up is the heating for these guys. I'm going to be using an under the tank heater. I might have a light on top, but it's not really even going to be a basking bulb. It's more just going to be to brighten the cage up. You don't need lights for these guys. The main thing is just to keep that temperature range right. You want the cool side of the cage to be about 80-85 degrees, the hot side to be about 90-95 degrees, and enough space so that they can fluctuate and they can, thermoregulate. Since we're on the topic, humidity, we want to keep around 50-60%. It can go up, but you don't want to keep it super high all the time, and you don't want to let it drop too low. You don't want it to be deserty in there for them. All right, so let's get into it. Let's start setting this up. First things first, we're going to go into the bedding. I've got it pre-mixed here. So here we have a mix of that forest floor cypress mulch mix. We have Repti-Bark, and we also have some Eco Earth. Let's toss it in. All right, so we want the bedding to be a couple inches thick enough so that they can burrow into it a little bit, nestle down, make themselves at home. However, this isn't necessary. A lot of people use newspaper, a lot of people will use aspen bedding, paper towel. They're all great things you can use. It's just, if you're gonna use substrate like this, you might as well give them a little bit of an extra layer to burrow into. This is arguably a little bit better for the snake, but also it is definitely for looks. So yeah, we added the bedding. All right, so up next we're gonna add a water dish. I'm using this Tupperware dish. Works great. This is big enough that right now the snake can definitely fit into here and soak. I'm gonna have to upgrade this to get a little bit bigger once he gets a little bit bigger, but for now this will work great. I think I'm gonna toss it in the back left or back right corner. It's just the best place for water dishes, I feel like. Don't ask me why. As I'm saying that, I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna put it in the front right corner. Switch it up a little bit, Realized as I was saying that, why would I keep it the same? All right, so up next we're gonna put in some hides. You wanna have 2 hides. You wanna have one on the hot side, one on the cold side. That way the snake can move around, regulate its body temperature, and be comfortable wherever in the cage. All right, so I think I'm gonna put the heat pad kind of back in this corner area. So I think I'm gonna put the first hide, the hot hide, over like this, give it a little angle. Looks cool, beautiful. Then I think we're gonna take the cold hide and we'll put it kind of behind the water dish over here. Looks nice. Sprinkle some stuff over there, make it look like it's growing into the ground, It's a good trick. All right, I know you guys can't see it that well, I'm sorry. I'll definitely have some good angles and shots of this that I'll take. All right, so next is gonna be the decorations, I'm gonna put in some plants. First off though, I'm actually gonna start with this sphagnum moss. Helps keep the humidity up and it just looks really great. I think I'm gonna stack some around the water dish, kind of fill in that gap so you can't really see it that much from the outside. All right, we got the sphagnum moss added in. I think next I think next we'll throw in the pieces of wood I have. I got this big guy here. It's got to be like a centerpiece. I'm thinking, I don't even know. I'm putting that back there. I've got another piece of wood here, and then I've got a bunch of plants. So we're gonna see what we can do. It is plant time. All right, well, I added the one plant, I added the pieces of wood. I don't think I actually need to add the second plant. I like the way it looks. All these decorations are really just for looks. I mean, I'm sure it does give the snake some, enjoyment and enrichment to move around the cage and have a bigger cage with all these different things in it. However, it's not necessary for the care of these guys. But we got this cage set up. Obviously, I'll give you guys a closer look at it. I'm so sorry. I wish I had more than one angle. Definitely need to upgrade that as we move along with this channel. But yeah, we're actually gonna go ahead. We're gonna move this cage into the rack system that I have. We're gonna swap out the snake and let's go ahead and do all that. Guys, well, we got the cage all set up on the rack system. We got the heat pad on. We got the snake here. Excited to put him in the new cage. I'll let you guys have a look at him really quickly before he goes in there. Really beautiful snake. Love this guy. I keep saying guy. I'm really not sure. I actually got him from the Humane Society. Looks like a pinstripe. Not sure what else might be in there. Leave it in the comments. Leave a name suggestions too. He's actually the only animal I have that doesn't have a name. I've been calling him No Name, but a name would be better than that. But all right, let's go ahead and put him in his new cage. I'm excited to see how he likes it. All right, go ahead and get you guys a closer look. Alright guys, well that's going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you found it helpful if you're looking to set up a ball python cage. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you guys again. It means the world to me. See you next week. Shorts posted throughout the week. Peace.